She was called the Black Widow and La Madrina de la Cocaína, the godmother of cocaine. In the 70s and 80s, Griselda Blanco was perhaps the bloodiest and most feared drug lord of the Miami underworld. Bringing in $80 million a month, it's believed she trafficked over 3 tons of cocaine during her fearsome reign and was responsible for over 200 murders. Born in 1943, she grew up in the middle of a ferocious 10-year civil war in Medellin's most crime-infested area, Barrio Trinidad. It's been alleged that in 1954, Griselda, the leader of a gang of young pickpockets, kidnapped the 10-year-old son of a wealthy family and held him for extortion. When the family refused to pay, in what they may have considered a juvenile scheme by a group of harmless children, 11-year-old Griselda drew a pistol and killed him. The next few years, it's believed that she worked in the sex trade until marrying a small-time racketeer with a forgery operation. They had 3 sons before he met with an untimely death that many believe was at the order of Griselda. Shortly after, she married his more successful associate, Alberto Bravo, and took Bravo's drug trafficking operation to Manhattan. She had bold ambitions and became the first to set up a systematic drug operation from Colombia to the U.S. Griselda devised a method for her teams of female carriers to smuggle the cocaine by stuffing it in cleverly stitched secret pockets in their lingerie that she designed and manufactured. In 1971, one of Griselda's notorious cocaine corsets was found dumped in a woman's bathroom at Miami International Airport. 7 pounds of cocaine was found in the corset lining, sewn into 58 separate compartments, with 2 enormous packets stitched artfully into the bust. She also recruited her 3 children to smuggle drugs and money in the lining of their suitcases. But in 1975, while Griselda was still in New York, she and her husband were both indicted in one of the first large-scale sting operations into cocaine trafficking in American history, Operation Banshee. After a narrow escape back to Colombia, she discovered her husband had been stealing money and seeing other women. Their confrontation took place in a Medellin parking lot, where legend has it she pulled a pistol from her ostrich skin boot and shot her second husband in the face. Just 2 years later, now in full control of the business, she moved the operation from New York to Miami with her 3rd husband. Griselda set up the most violent drug cartel the U.S. had ever seen. From 1980 to 81, the Miami homicide rate doubled. She was so feared and dangerous that a union was formed made up of several prominent drug lords with the aim to bring her down. She survived 6 known assassination attempts, but as the FBI began to close in, Griselda and her youngest son, who she named Michael Corleone, disappeared. She ran the business in hiding through her sons until, in 1985, she was finally arrested in Orange County, California. While she served her time, her 3 older sons were deported back to Colombia and killed almost immediately. In 2004, Griselda Blanco was released and she too was deported. With so many dangerous enemies, no one thought she would escape assassination. but she somehow managed to disappear into thin air. La Madrina made many cunning innovations in her rise to power. One of them, to avoid getting stuck in traffic after a hit, was the motorcycle drive-by. Ironically, it's how she was finally assassinated in 2012 at close range with 2 bullets to the head, leaving a butcher shop